Next, we have Kathy Mew, who has created another app that she's going to share with us. And then we're going to talk to Camille about certification. So, Kathy, you're here.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me again.
Thanks for being here. We'll have you whenever you want to show up for us.
Thank you. Well, so Karen gives me too much credit here. Mike and I did help in the development of the application, but this is a brainchild of Karen's. So what we're going to show you right now is a Dollhouse app. And Karen had been telling me before this was developed that she had kept a dollhouse in her office. So, as we're trying to extend as much as we can at this time to children virtually, we wanted to, now digitize something that some of your clients may have used in your offices as well. So the URL for this app is Online Dollhouses with an S.com, and I will put it in the chat right now. But I will also share my screen. So Karen, can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Confirmed.
Okay,
there
great.
It is.
So we tried to make it very similar. So if you've had clients who are now familiar with the UI and the user experience of the sand tray, they won't have so much time to fidget around with the next app. It might come more naturally to them. So we tried to mimic the look and feel of the other app. But in this case, they can build their own dollhouse. So what we have here is a set of dolls ranging from pets to people. And we tried to make the people inclusive, as you can see here, as well as in the shape of, I think it's called a peg doll. So trying to mimic, again, what a child might be used to from what they physically played with in the past. And then following that are different things that they can accessorize the dollhouse with. So on the second tab, we have different artwork, and again, similar functionality to what you may have experienced with the sand tray before. So hopefully there won't be as much of a learning curve this time. I put some boxes here in case you want boxes in the attic, for example. So doors, open, closed, etc. Different lights on tab 2, and then there are different tabs for various rooms. So here is more bedroom and office type furniture. Tab 4 is more of a kitchen and eating type of scene with tables and chairs. 5 has living room type furniture. I inadvertently picked a couch that Karen says is in her office. So that's there. 6, some bathroom and washing items. And then 7 are just some like toys and musical instruments that could accompany the room. So, I won't go into too much detail to decorate the rooms. You guys can go to that URL and play with it yourselves firsthand. But just know that it has very similar functionality to the sand tray in that, let's say the child has a very tiny dog at home and they wanted, to make this dog smaller, they could. But we've tried our best to make the items scaled to the house. So, we have different females and males and babies of all sorts. So have fun playing around with that. You can copy, for example, so maybe there's twins at home. Let's say you want to get rid of the dog, delete it, and then the same functionality in terms of back moving figures back and front, saving and clearing the space. I know Karen had mentioned an interesting prompt that you could use with the dollhouse. Karen, do you mind sharing that with the audience today?
As soon as you said that, I had a mental block. What did I say?
No worries.
What did I say?
It was something like, imagine a scene at home with your family and using the dolls and the furniture,
yes. Yes. So it could, so it could be like for a first session, where they can, it could be for any session, but it could be show me a scene, or imagine a scene that your family's having at your house, and what would it look like? And so that's one scene. It could be, what would you like it to look like? What's your worst scene ever you can imagine? So there's a lot of different options for prompts that you could do.
Great. And I want to share, this is the disclaimer, this is hot off the presses. I believe Mike helped deploy it very early this morning. So in case there's any hiccups or anything, which I hope not, since I tested it, just know that that's sort of what you would expect the first week or so that we've rolled out our tool. So if you have any feedback for us, if you experience anything, please just let us know. And, please also expect that from us, as this is new and only launched right now here on the call. So no one else in the whole universe has ever seen this before. Hope that this is, enjoy. It's kind of exclusive to you guys on the call right now. Should I entertain any questions?
Yes, please go ahead. Anyone have any questions? You're getting a lot of thanks in the chat for sure.
Okay.
Anyone have any questions or comments about the tool, the new tool?
I have a comment.
Lynn?
I love it. I think I'm going to use this even more than the sand tray. And what I really like is sort of the containment and the familiarity of it, that, and just sort of bridging this different way of working where we're not physically in the same room, of having another way to kind of enter into the child's space in a respectful way that's kind of their creation. And I think it's like, would be a really cool way to do a safe place, kind of like within your home, like as you're dealing with whatever's going on, where would be a room, or what would you like to have around you? And there could be a lot of really interesting kind of, I think specifically like early in the relationship, a kind of a safe way to get started.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. That's good to know. So, I can have, as Kathy said, well, oh, this is my idea. This isn't my idea. Violet, you had a dollhouse in your office. Yes, you remember, Violet?
Yes.
So, I can have all the ideas I want, but in a million years, I could not make one that is accessible online. I can promise you that. So, and so it's great, Violet, don't you think, that now we can share this so they can use it online?
Wonderful, wonderful. So creative. Wow. Amazing. I want to play with it right away.
Okay. Great. Well, whatever you make, we want to see a copy of. And that goes for everyone, because we saw a lot of really creative sand trays. Laura, you shared some really great sand tray scenes. So please feel free to share them, because it's fun to see how everyone uses it.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy seeing how it materializes. So if you do share those images, brings a smile on my face that the tools are being used.
Yeah.
Karen, should I mention what we've also done about the sand tray as well?
Yeah, please.
So I guess it's gotten wildly successful. There was a sand tray conference, I think less than a month ago, and just an outpouring of people from the conference saying, oh, onlinesandtray.com is the thing everyone's talking about during this conference, which is great. We've never anticipated that kind of reception before. So we received a flood of emails that said, how do we make it so that the sand tray can be shared with our clients, but without, with our logo, our branding, can we add figures? We get tons of emails about whether figures can be added. And so when we originally devised the online sand tray, we were thinking, okay, let's keep on creating new tools that people can use. And we weren't necessarily going the route of let's make it so that it's the shiniest toy that someone would have. But it sounds like there's a lot of demand for that. So we're not sure. We want to see if that's the case. And so we're piloting something where we will allow people to brand the sand tray, but that will be separate from the free onlinesandtray.com. So onlinesandtray.com will remain to be free. But if you want the bells and whistles of your logo and special figures that you want to add, it takes a lot of manpower actually to do all of that, to be honest, to clean up all the images, to get new and fresh content every time. So if you are interested in that pilot, what we're asking for is just for $15 each month, we'll try to get everybody their logo and a fresh set of figures. So let me just share what we think might be worth it for everyone for this round. So can people see my screen still, or am I not sharing?
You're
Oh,
sharing.
there we go. So we don't want to charge people just to brand it to your logo, although I can understand that might be valuable for you already to share with your clients. We want to make it fun. So I thought, hey, for your $15, let's throw in some fun seasonal figurines too. So here are some examples that I was thinking about. So if people want to talk about how their holidays were going and build a scene with that, trying to clean up things for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, etc. for this month. So if you want to be a part of our pilot, you would share your logo with us. We'll, create a new version of the sand tray with that logo and with some of these new seasonal figurines in there too. So these figures won't be a part of the free onlinesandtray.com because we want to make it worth it to you guys. These figures and subsequent figures every month will be only available to those who decide they want to help spin up the special version of the sand tray. Karen, anything else that I should add there?
No, I just want to say that everything that we keep doing, we won't be charging for. So, and the online free sand tray is going to continue, but we've gotten so many emails asking for this option, and we can't just do everything at no charge because the amount of time is, I can't even say. I don't even think you've kept total track, Kathy. But anyway, so I just want to emphasize that we have more ideas that are coming. There's one that's almost ready, and it's also going to be free of charge. So I just want to reassure everyone this isn't a requirement of any means. It's just if you wanted to add it for fun. All right, great. And Cynthia had a question.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you. I think this is amazing. So useful. And I just had a question for Kathy, but for anyone, The way I've been using the sand tray is I control it. Like the clients tell me what to put, where to put the things. Is there a way of code doing it, or is it either me or the client?
Cynthia, are you using Zoom or another platform when you're meeting with your client?
Zoom.
Okay. Yes. So Karen has become a pro at this. There is an ability to give remote control access to your client. And so in that case, if you give them that permission, they will be able to control your mouse. So
I have to
careful
make
thing.
them. I have to make them a host for them to. No.
I don't think
No.
they have to be a
No. So I'll just do it really quickly for you, Cynthia. So, hold on. You know what? I'm not going to, because every time
That's
I
okay.
do that, it doesn't work. But Kathy and I just recorded this actually. So
did.
when you share your screen, there is a remote control option.
Okay.
And if you click on the remote control, you will see the name of the person that you are meeting with. So your client's name will come up, and you click on them and you've given them remote control of your screen, and you can take it back at any time.
Okay.
So one is how you've been doing it, Cynthia, which is they tell you, you make the scene and they see it, right? 2 is you give them remote control of your screen, which you can take back at any time. 3 is they download the app, onlinesandtray.com, and they screen share.
Right.
And then you are watching them make a sand tray and working with them that way.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
And we actually, Kathy and I just had fun recording this, along with how to use Violet's model using the sand tray, because these are the emails we're getting. Your same question. So you just answered, I bet, a number of people's questions that are on our call right now. So thank you for that. Okay. Let's see. I don't have a dollhouse. Do you think it's okay to use this online tool when working with a child in person? I mean, I think so, first of all, because the idea is to use the projective tools, whether they are the actual dollhouse or the virtual dollhouse. And what we aren't sure about what Just for Now is going to be is a hybrid of actual materials and virtual materials. We're going to see, what we end up with when we have the opportunity to actually see kids in person, as we did before. So that's a great question. I'm looking forward to hearing everyone's answers, what you find about this. Will there still be some children that you see online, even when you can see them in person because of distance or another reason? So great question, Helen. Fariba, you had a question, and then we're going to go to Camille. Fariba, did you have a question?
Oh, yes, yes. My mother has a question. She wants to know, is this method used in therapy or in family?
Family test,
Family
used for
test.
therapy or for testing, because I think نمیتونن خب اونجا بچه‌ها خونه رو
Maybe the kids cannot actually build the house or, decorate the house. Is this used in therapies or family building,
test.
family test? Yeah.
Okay. Violet, do you mind commenting on the use of a dollhouse with children or families? The use of a dollhouse.
Yeah, well, personally, I've not used it with families, just with individual children. Um, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done it, so that I don't know how it would be. I mean, the somebody has to. When I've used the dollhouse, somebody had to place the objects inside, and if two people are doing it, it's the dollhouse isn't that big. It's kind of crowded. You know. They'd run into
So,
conflict, which might be good.
okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Patrick, and then we're going to Camille.
Sure, Karen, I had a quick question. I'm going to guess that there are many people like me who are very tech unsavvy. Have you ever thought of maybe doing like maybe a short YouTube video or something that would be, you know, like for folks like I use Doxy.com, for example, and I use FaceTime a lot for sessions. And it would be really helpful to have like a little video of very basic instructions, like how do you screen share with a client on, you know, on the phone, or who does what click, or where to go to, kind of a very simple recipe of how to use some of this for people who aren't very savvy with tech stuff. Have you ever thought of doing kind of a primer, like an intro, a very basic thing of how to access and use this on different apps? Or different, different platforms?
Sure. Maybe I'll steal Kathy for that. We'll do that because I count myself among the non-tech savvy group. So sure, we will definitely put that on our list because the FaceTime is different than Zoom. So thank you for that suggestion.
And then a lot of people are using Doxy Me.
Okay. All right. Good
Karen,
to know.
Teachable as well.
What's that?
The Teachable that you were creating.
Yes. Well, so we have one about how to use Zoom with the sand tray that we will be releasing, which has some of the basics. But I want to get to Camille. So I promise we will revisit the technology because we're still meeting online. So, and it's still a question because people are not hiring us because we're technological wizards like Kathy. They are wanting to meet with us because we're therapists. So how do we get ourselves comfortable so that we can do the work that children really need? So great question. Maybe we'll talk more about it for the January meeting. So because it's definitely so important.